listening to Brandcast around the world.
I know you're gonna dig this.
I'm telling you, it's real.
You're listening to Brandcast around the world with me, your host, Brandon Berkeley. Join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Brand new!
Oh, Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Welcome to Brandcast around the world. It is Monday, December 6th. We're getting closer to that Christmas time, and it's very evident where I'm living. We have the snowmageddon that's happening right now outside, and it is terrifying. Trying to move anywhere or do anything right now is next to impossible. So I woke up today, a bunch of snow. We knew we were going to get it. I actually missed my workout. The internet wasn't working properly. Just everything that could go wrong went wrong today. So anyways, here we are. Welcome to Brandcast. Hope you guys are all having a great start to your week. I've seen some interesting things in the news. It seems that lately, besides Christmas, a lot of topics are surrounding the end of the world, or robots specifically, AI and robots. I think the two might be correlated together. But before we get started talking about all that good stuff, I really got to show something off that I'm really excited about. If you can see, right over here on this side of me is my beautiful little Christmas tree. You guys know that I don't entirely, well, I celebrate Christmas, but I'm not good at it. So I got the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. It even does, actually won't play it, just so I'll probably get copyrighted, but even plays the little jingle. It's the first time I've had a Christmas tree of any sort in about 15 years. So there we go. Good morning, Carol and Minot. Yeah, there's lots of shoveling going on today. I've already done that. Went out and salted and did all that good stuff to make sure that we are not going to die in the apocalypse. But anyways, so an interesting article I seen the other day from Joe Rogan's podcast. He was talking about, or he actually posted about this. He hasn't talked about it yet, but the world's first ever living robots. So I guess, I don't entirely understand how this happened, but I guess they've made robots out of frog stem cells. So living organisms somehow created a robot, but these robots are able to heal themselves, they're able to reproduce and do other crazy things. And it's starting to make me think that maybe we are genetic robots. We think that we're, human or natural or whatever, but who knows? Who knows? So I'm going to read you a little bit of an article here because I think this is absolutely fascinating and insane. What's possibly going on. Because, think about it. It's bad enough if you have the Terminator, but it's worse if you have a Terminator that can reproduce by itself, asexually. Minot says she's crying over my Christmas tree. Yeah, it is pretty cute. It is from Peanuts, if you haven't watched Charlie Brown. Anyways, the world's first living robots have now learned how to reproduce, scientists say. The U.S. scientists who created the first living robots say the life forms known as xenobots can now reproduce in a way not seen in plants and animals. Formed from the stem cells of the African clawed frog, from which it takes its name, xenobots, are less than a millimeter 4 inches wide, or 0.004 inches wide. The tiny blobs were first unveiled in 2020 after experiments showed that they could move, work together in groups, and self-heal. Now the scientists that developed them at the University of Vermont, Tufts University, and Harvard University Ways Institute for Biological-Inspired Engineering said they had discovered an entirely new form of biological form of reproduction different from any animal or plant known to science. So the frogs have a way of reproducing that they normally use, but when you liberate the cells from the rest of the embryo and you give them a chance to figure out how to be in a new environment, not only do they figure out a new way to move, but they also figure out how to apparently a new way to reproduce. So what this is saying is that these cells are like dividing. Right now, they're unable to create a larger organism, which is the potential for the scary part. So the cells won't divide into creating a human. Like we have a sperm cell and an egg cell that creates humans. But in this case, these cells are splitting off into their own variants. And scientists are kind of looking at this maybe as the potential to create, body parts or maybe even have robots that will produce themselves. I think it'd be kind of weird. I feel like Pornhub is going to jump on this ASAP. You're going to have a whole new category of porn for people looking at asexual porn. That wouldn't really be that exciting, though. I feel like just having cell splitting wouldn't be that entertaining. Anyways, maybe the robots will enjoy it. There'll be a whole new market there. But yeah, so this is what it seems like the world is heading in with technology. It makes me think that human beings ourselves might be robots. We have memory loss. We get viruses. We age. It's like, who knows that maybe a long time ago, there's that ancient aliens theory. Is that possibly maybe we were just put on here from aliens? Maybe aliens went to monkeys and they said, "Hey, let's spice them up. Let's add some different genetics and see what happens from it." I don't really know. What that could possibly mean for the future, but I am kind of concerned about it. I feel like if we're creating a whole new life form, there is the potential for something to take over or think of itself as dominant. I mean, you look at humans, we think we're so special and that we're more intelligent and more worthy than animals, and we kind of treat animals, like shit in some cases. We throw them in cages. Like, how do we know that Earth maybe isn't just a giant cage for us humans? Maybe the aliens are watching us. They put us here and they've been observing us the whole time. Or maybe, a theory that I've kind of had is, why do we value gold so much? We've mined gold for years and years and years. And the real value of gold is that it's very, very conductive for electricity. So maybe a long time ago, the aliens needed a lot of gold and they started us mining it for them. And now we just value it for no reason. They say that the actual pyramids, the Pyramid of Giza, was actually plated with limestone at one point, so it was able to conduct electricity itself based on where it sat on exact north on the globe. So it was able to conduct electricity from the Earth itself. So if you were to put a light bulb on the Pyramid of Giza when it had the limestone, it would actually light up. They also had potato batteries, really interesting things like that. You can get electrolytes from certain vegetables just by putting copper wire into water mixed with the vegetable or whatever. So they actually had batteries, and it really makes you think. We were talking about it the other day, the fact that they had the 10 planets surrounding the sun, and that's something that we haven't even figured out. It's always made me wonder is how the hell did these people who had no telescopes, no knowledge beyond just looking up at the stars, how did they figure out all this scientific stuff? Even if it wasn't aliens, you got to think, like, where did this all come from? How did we know so much? How did we have all this planetary knowledge when it seemed like we had less back then? There's some people that assume that the ancient Egyptians actually had a lot more advanced technology, and then it was wiped out, and we kind of lost a piece of ourselves. And that's happened in history. In history, we've definitely had shifts where we've lost a lot of knowledge, like the Dark Ages, where basically all text and everything was ruined or destroyed and burned down. So we almost don't know what happened in those areas. Who knows? Was it aliens, folks? Do you think it was aliens? Could aliens have possibly planted the seed for humans or all other life forms here? In some way, I think that's kind of true. Given that even if an asteroid impacts into an uninhabited planet, it can carry bacteria and germs, and then that can spread and create life from a single cell organism. Anyways, it's crazy. Who knows? Maybe what we assume is God or the universe is a robot itself, just trying to figure itself out. So here's one that's really interesting. We're going to be switching topics here a little bit. We're kind of really switching gears. But a new article suggests that if you perform oral sex on a woman, you can get throat cancer. Gynecologist warns men and women. You can't just say men there. There are women who are also, doing the thing, getting dirty, having fun. But yeah, apparently that can cause throat cancer. I feel like maybe this might be a gynecologist, or there's a group of gynecologist men that don't like performing fellatio. So they said, hey, what if we just tell them it gives you cancer? And everybody's just in on that one right now. I don't know. I feel like it's already hard enough for women. Like I said, we were talking last time about achieving the woman orgasm. So here you go. Men, how do you feel about this? Are you happy to hear that maybe it's a deterrent not to have to perform the fellatio, or are you disappointed in this? I know some guys are all about that as well, or some gals, it really depends how strong the tongue game is, I guess. NSF, not safe for work content here today for sure. Dadbot says, why does everything I love doing cause cancer? I don't know. That's true, eh? Even sitting on our cell phones now is highly radioactive. I feel like in the next couple of years, we're going to find out a lot more about that. And I feel like, our IQs will be lowered. I know our attention spans have been lowered by a lot, but I feel like our IQ is just going to start to plummet over the next little bit. And we're just going to see a massive increase in stupidity, which I feel like we're already seeing in some cases. I'm not going to mention any specifics, but I've watched the world unfolding. And it's just like one giant soap opera. Those shitty soap operas you see on TV and you're like, wow, this acting's horrible. There's no way this story would ever be real. And all of a sudden, Donald Trump becomes president. You know, it's a crazy world. We're living on a reality TV show, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Speaking of low IQs, there was a man that tried to get a vaccine certificate by using a fake arm to get injected. So he went into the not the testing site, the vaccine site with a fake arm, tried to get away with putting on a fake arm and allowing them to inject it. You know, I feel like that's got to be a prank in itself. I don't think anybody would truly try to do that. But then again, you never know. I want to meet some of these people that live in Florida. You know, all these articles that have these crazy headlines of the crazy things they're doing. Like, who is doing this type of shit? And why don't I know any of these people? Or do I know these people and are they just not telling me that they're doing crazy shit like this? I need more friends who are stupid. Well, maybe not. I don't know if that's a good idea. Maybe. It could be fun. I don't know. Maybe I'm the stupid one. So you know what's funny? They always say that an idiot doesn't know they're stupid, right? So that's probably me in a nutshell, actually. I guarantee. Yeah. Well, thanks to everybody who's been around me that's been really kind and putting out with my stupidity. They just, have me around. They're like, oh, what a nice guy. I appreciate it. But yeah, anyways, I don't know. Would you guys try anything silly like that? Wouldn't you be embarrassed to walk into a place and get caught? Like, wouldn't it be kind of noticeable if you had like another arm tucked in there? Like, how would you even try to pull that off? That's what I mean. I feel like, that person, maybe they don't need the vaccine anyway. So that way, if they do get COVID, it's sayonara. We're just thinning out the herd. That's all it is. I'm not trying to be cruel. I'm just saying it's the jungle, baby. We're living in the jungle. And if you can't survive, a couple raindrops in the jungle, then, how are you going to survive the rainforest? That's the ultimate jungle. You ever seen the rainforest? It's pretty crazy. I actually went to a rainforest in Australia. Very, very cool. It was very rainy, very wet, as one might assume. But yeah, there's a lot of wildlife there. It smelt different. I don't think I can ever actually explain that. I think fresh air, like real fresh air, not the stuff we experience in the city, smells way better. It's got like a flavor and a scent. And it's like better than the pine stuff that you get in those aerosol sprays. Obviously, it's like that, but better, like more fresh. It's like almost like menthol when you're breathing in. You know what? Truthfully, if we could find a way to have the technology that we have and live in the rainforest, I'd probably do it, even despite all the deadly things that live there. Banana spiders, those things were gorgeous, actually. Very bright yellow spiders that are relatively large, but like you can see each like arm, like tentacle, like very defined. They're almost like little sticks almost. But yeah, beautiful creatures. If you ever get a chance to go to the rainforest before it disappears, I would definitely recommend doing that. I was fortunate enough when I was 10 years old to live in Australia, mate. And I got to explore a lot of different places. It was definitely interesting. People are often worried. They think it's super deadly, that everywhere you go will kill you, which is probably true for any place. But a lot of the animals there that are deadly are terrified of you, and they really don't want to mess with you. So, Mano says, more stupid friends. Okay, so I guess we're all in good company. Okay, we love fresh air. Yes, I do stupid shit all the time alone, Carol says. Well, that's good. At least you have to have somebody with you if you're going to do stupid shit, though. It's like Jackass. And film it, because you'll probably make some money off it, especially with YouTube these days. Hannah says no spiders. Mano says no spiders. You couldn't do it. You know what? Spiders aren't that bad. I think you actually get used to it. I remember the huntsman spiders, which is like a house spider. They have hair. They look like tarantulas. They're actually tarantulas. A small one is the size of your hand. And in Australia, when we got there, we're like, well, how do we deal with this? But you actually have to take like a shop vac or a vacuum and like suck it up. That's the only way to get rid of these spiders. Because if you try and like mush them, you're going to feel it crunch in your hand. Definitely. It's probably not going to die. Like these things will bite you back. They will jump at you. They're not like super venomous. So if they bite you, it hurts, but it doesn't like do anything. It just kind of sucks. You'll be itchy for a little bit. But that does exist. Those are huntsman spiders. If you want to look that up, they are very common house spiders. Like very common. You see them all the time in Australia. But again, when that becomes second nature, you're not so afraid of them anymore, because once you see them all the time, you're like, oh, spider, let me just grab the vacuum, whatever, or try to usher it out, because that thing honestly doesn't want to engage with you either. You got to think about it. I mean, if you're walking down the street, minding your own business, and all of a sudden this giant whatever was just lurking above you, would you want to fuck with that thing? I don't think so. And that's the funny thing is that we're so terrified of these creatures. But you know, it would be more funny if the giant looked down at us or you and was like, ah, and then ran away. And you're just like, what the fuck? Like, you look at yourself like, what am I? You just feel like tough for the rest of the day. Like, yeah, I'm a giant killer, baby. See? That's why you can't back down to the spiders, because they're going to gain confidence. They're going to learn. Spider learning. And then you're going to be in big trouble. I only want to be bit by spiders if they give me Spider-Man powers. I'm playing a lot of Spider-Man on PS5. I have to say, what an amazing game. I am vastly blown away by PlayStation in general. This is like the first time I've had a PlayStation that I've actually played anyway. It's quite good. It's quite entertaining. Quite enjoying it. All right, let's see what else we got on the topic smasher here. Trying to bring it down. Okay. I had a little bit of a fun game that I wanted to participate with you guys. And I know if you've been to my anchor.fm/brandcast ATW, you can visit that website. It should be in the description. If not, again, it's anchor.fm/brandcast ATW. I'm going to be doing a little competition for next Friday night, late night podcast. I want you guys to call in on Anchor FM or leave me a message on Anchor. All you have to do is get the app, leave me a message with your best voice impression. Okay? It can be Kermit the Frog. It can be Peter Griffin. It could be Homer Simpson. It could be Ellen DeGeneres. It could be absolutely anybody in the world. But I want to hear some of your best voice impressions. And I want you to call in on Anchor.fm and leave me those messages so that we can play them live on the air. But there is a catch. You do this for me and you entertain us, then I will be giving away a $25 Amazon gift card to whoever has the best voice impression that they send to us. I will send you a $25 gift card for Amazon.com.ca or where else in the world you are, if you can impress us with your skills. I don't know what you call that. Voice skills. I could try and do a couple right now. I don't really think I'm overly good at doing that today. This actually kind of came up because I heard it on the radio, and I'm stealing this idea. So thank you to the radio for the idea. But if you can do your Kermit the Frog here or any kind of voices, go ahead and do that. Who else can I do? Who else? Kermit is probably the only one that I can really think. They tried to do Fat Bastard today. Get in my belly. I can't do him at all, but if you can do Fat Bastard, what about Dr. Evil? Dr. Evil, Quasi-Evil? I can't do any of them. If you can do them, give us a call. Anchor.fm/Brandcast ATW. Call in, give us your best. Make a fool of yourself. Try a million times over. You can delete the message so you can keep retrying. Anyways, it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, you have your chance to win a $25 gift card to Amazon. So go ahead and do that. It's going to be lots of fun, especially to play them back. We want to have some competition and some fun coming up. Again, I am working a little bit on the schedule, trying to get the website back up. I spoke with Derek today. We are supposed to at least sit down, hopefully in the next week, and try to figure out a new schedule. I think what's going to happen in the future is Brandcast Around the World will be available live. Only at the time that is live, then it'll be taken off, and the only way you can watch the full episode is seeing it live. If you miss it live, we're only going to be uploading clips of the show later on, so you definitely want to catch these live shows in case you missed anything. But yeah, so you leave me some voice messages. What else do we got? We got the new schedule coming up. Some other good stuff. I'm seeing Yay Poe. I don't know if Poe is in here right now. I can't see him in the chat, but Chester, if you're in here right now, good morning to you. So we definitely want to give away some cool gifts, have some fun with everybody. We got Brandcast Around the World late night podcast last Friday. We just had Jay on the show. It was a lot of fun. We ate some sour candies. We had the hottest chip in the world challenge, burnt my mouth. Funny story is it said to wash your hands afterwards. I did not. Jay did. He was smart. I went to go and scratch my nose just like this, but I hit the tip of it, right? And there must have been some hot shit on there because for the rest of the night, I was just leaking out of my nose. It was burning like crazy. It was really, really, really hard. Hannah's asking if I recovered okay. Yes, I did recover okay. The next day, my mouth was mostly numb from the sour. I'll be honest, I think the sour had the most impact on my health. I think I've added a couple fissures on my tongue from that, like no joke. I looked in the mirror afterwards and it was just like, whoa. those little sour balls were like coated in like layers of dust of sourness. It wasn't even that the candy was sour. It's like somebody just found, like even thinking about it right now, I'm salivating like crazy. My God, it was so intense. I remember I was trying to just read the story, or not read the story, make up those 3 words, and I couldn't even open my mouth because if you open your mouth, the air made it more acidic. The chip was super, super hot, though. I only ate a little piece of it. I don't know how Jay was sitting there just no problem. Like, I don't know. I think he really likes spicy foods, but that was a little bit much. Minot, I'm going to be sending you a little bit of the chip back because I do have some of it, and a sour candy, as you were one of the people who definitely won that night. So I need you guys to send me some voice impressions. Even if you don't feel like you're great at doing a voice impression, it's your chance to win yourself $25 for Amazon and have some fun with us on the late night show. We're also going to be including some new games. I'm looking for a couple writers. If there's anybody out there that wants to help me put together segments, come up with segues, come up with games, all that other stuff, I'm looking for a couple writers to come on board with Brandcast. You will be credited to help me come up with some different segment ideas and kind of work as a group. I'd like to actually have some people that would help me come up with topics for the week as far as news goes, some different segments, some different fun, some different interactive games with everybody. Like you ever played You Don't Know Jack, that game where you could play online with friends. Everybody can answer from the cell phone, like the Batman game we were playing. I want to do more of that kind of stuff, especially on Friday nights, have more interactive gaming nights and all that stuff. But I'm also going to make some exclusive things for channel members as we reestablish the website. So if you are a member of Flicks and Chills, if you're a member of this channel, if you're a member of the website, we're going to be doing a lot of gaming nights. We're doing a couple private brandcasts around the world and some exclusive hangouts coming very shortly. I just need to kind of get everything organized. So if anybody's interested in that and you're watching this right now locally or from a distance, doesn't really matter. Let me know, get in touch, because we definitely would like to work together with some people and really start moving the show forward. Kind of looking at the way the late night show or Jimmy Fallon and all those shows are put together. They definitely have a lot of people on board. I was looking at the credits on the show and the producer and the segment writers and all that stuff, and it kind of gave me an idea. It's like, if we really want to make this something special, we can. I talked with Jay Paul. He's going to help me move in a new couch here so that we can actually have a setup with more people sitting on a couch, have screens in front of us. We want to do a gaming tournament possibly this Friday. If we can set it up, we can find 4 people. Again, there'll be a prize on the line. We'll try to make something interactive with you guys so that if you donate or interact, something will happen to the players directly. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got Christmas coming up, so people are really enjoying that. Minot says, I'm loving the Christmas tree a lot. Thank you so much. I really like it too. I think it's pretty cool that I got something here for Christmas. At least it's it suits the way I feel about Christmas, I think. Anyways, that being said, I think that is going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Just a lot of random topics, a lot of things. I hope you have a great start to your week. It is Monday, of course, so get at it. Go have some fun. I've got lots to do myself. But remember, as always, be excellent to each other, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day, guys. Bye.
You're listening to Brandcast around the world.
I know you're gonna dig this.
I'm sending it. It's real.
You're listening to Brandcast Around the World with me, your host, Brandon Berkeley. Join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Brand new! You're listening to Brandcast around the world.
I know you're gonna dig this.
I'm sending it. It's real.
You're listening to